Good evening, everyone. Right, turning good ideas into reality. In Windlab's case, I think the more appropriate title is how we moved up the value chain. And the reason I say that is that when we started Windlab, or before Windlab, myself and the other scientific founder were part of CSIRO. And our idea was really already a reality. We were already creating wind maps. We were already selling wind maps as consultants to the Australian wind industry. And then off the back of that success, founded the company here in Canberra in May 2003 with just 4 staff on startup. So we were already a consulting company, but we really needed to move up the value chain. And another way of looking at that is that we could find the wind, but we didn't really know what to do with it. We just sort of held on and hoped for the best. So today we fast forward just nearly coming up 10 years, and rather than wind mapping experts, I think of ourselves as wind prospecting experts. So that means rather than just mapping the wind, we actually go and find the best places to put wind farm sites around the world. And there's now 25 of us with a substantial office in Cape Town and a small office in North America. Those yellow areas are the places where we're actively developing projects, and the red areas are the places where we've got ambition. So you'll notice the developing world, somewhere that needs a lot of energy. And we've developed quite a number of successful projects over the years. Now we're a bit more able to control the wind and, wave as we're doing that. So what do I mean by success for Windlab? What does that mean? This is an example of a wind project. Hopefully you can make out some blue dots in the top half here. Each of those blue dots represents a wind turbine. The top half of that is called Amakala MYNE Phase 1. That's about a $300 million project about to start construction in about a month's time in South Africa. And we've got some very well-funded local community trusts that are established as part of this process. And we've got some very happy project owners, in this case Tata Power and Exxaro Resources, one of South Africa's largest coal miners. And of course, end of April, that's going to mean a very happy Windlab as well. So that's what we mean by success at Windlab. And the time between drinks can be quite long. So one of these only comes along once every year, once every couple of years, but hopefully a bit more often from here out. So how did we really move along that journey? What were some of the key steps from getting from being a wind mapping expert to being a wind prospecting expert? Well, step one is probably pretty obvious, but it's, get off your proverbial and just get out of the office and find out what happens. Go and talk to people. Here we've got one of our ANU graduates on a site in Queensland. I think he managed to puncture all of the tyres on that tractor. So that's, quite an achievement. Once you've got off your proverbial and you got out of the office, communication is really a key to pretty much everything. In this case, I've just gone into the Windlab archives, found some old landowner presentations from 2006, 2005, and I think this is slide 7 or something, and it's the negatives of wind farming as presented to a landowner back then. You need to commit for a long time. Some people will object. We didn't quite know what we were saying back then, but I think being open and honest is the point here. So in this case, it's being open and honest with an important stakeholder in the project, the landowners. But I think doing that in everything you do in life is, going to get you a good result. And that project in Western Australia, I'm pleased is now actually an operating wind farm. So a good result there. Step 3, negotiate. Maybe another pretty obvious thing to state, but here we've got the joint venture deed and the wind farm implementation deed that we signed with Investec Bank back in 2004-05, and that was one of the very important contracts that we did as part of Windlab's history. 2 wind farms have got built as part of that, and a third one in South Africa is about to get built shortly. Step 4, another obvious one: hire really good people, preferably people who are better managers, negotiators and communicators than yourself. And I'm really spent a lot of my time just trying to make myself redundant, and I think I'm getting close. So thank you very much.